We often say here on the show, don't we, that people are daft. I mean, we're daft, you know. We wave to each other, we leave messages, and of course, you know, people might look at us and think, what are they thinking? Who does he think he's waving to? Of course, they don't realise I can see you, and I'm waving to you out there. Yes, very normal, Desmond, isn't it? Good morning or good evening, whatever you're doing to you all today. Hope you're all keeping well. Let's have a wave, yes. Before you go to bed, before, or even as you're getting up, let's have a big wave. Absolutely. Gets the day off to a great thing, doesn't it? You know, I always think as well, you need a good laugh in this world. I'm sure you'll agree. And that's what I find about these particular stories that I like to share with you, because you couldn't make these people more dafter. Now, when you think about it, you come to London and people often ask me, what's the best way of getting round London? And I would have said a couple of years ago, the buses or the tubes, because, you know, they were kind of good value for money. And more importantly, you know, they were quite simple and easy to navigate. But now, under the latest rules put out by London and Partners, Transport for London, when they're not on strike, and of course the London Mayor, it becomes even harder. And I wanted to share this with you because it's the height of absolute stupidity when you think about how these people are running their businesses. Now, if you come into London, one of the sites that you might wish to look at, there's plenty of others, is a site called Visit London. Now, Visit London was set up many years ago to help promote this wonderful capital city. You see quite a few, you know, Visit Bournemouth, Visit Brighton, that sort of thing. Always money attached to these things. Never think they're doing it for you or recommending anything. Unlike this channel where we're totally free. What's interesting, I find, is this. Now, recently over here in London, we've had, shall we say, some reconfigurations. I love that phrase, don't you? And basically what it means is that London buses have now either been axed or just put out to either different routes, far more inconvenient for you and I, the customer, you know, not easy to get around with at all. So as you can imagine, when there's all of these routes now cut off, literally 9 so far in total with more on the way, cruelly axed, particularly one that takes a lot of elderly people to the hospital, you do kind of think, oh yeah, definitely thinking of the customer here. But what becomes really stupid when you think is this tweet by Visit London. Tell us your favourite London bus routes. Now, they put it on social media, all their platforms, and guess what? A deluge of attacked. The favourite ones were the ones that the mayor axed, they wrote, including myself. And that is the ridiculousness of how businesses are run. Insult you on the one hand, and then ask you what you think about their stupidity on the other. On a final note, people ask me, you know, which is the best bus route to go on when I come to London. Now, I would recommend this rather than getting on one of those very expensive open top buses, you know, city sightseeing, that sort of stuff, because the number 11 bus is very good in itself. Takes you past many different monuments, you know, things like the Houses of Parliament, St. Paul's, Fleet Street, that sort of stuff. Look up the areas that you want to go because it's a cheaper, more cost-effective way of seeing many of the sites. And remember, you can hop on and hop off if you get one of those day sort of, you know, ticket things. Not too expensive, but that's what I would recommend. But as for Visit London, recommending which bus services do you really like and tell us about your journey, well, let me know what you think. Do you think they're either insulting or just plain thick? I mean, you couldn't make this sort of stuff up. As I say, it's all funded by you and I, the taxpayer here. So make no mistake, they're playing around with your content, playing around with your money, simply to get it wrong. Let me know what you think to this particular story in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.